How you doing, dear readers? Today, are we going to cook? Actually, yes, but for something that we can keep and not eat. Those are the basic elements that I use and that so many other people use all over the world to make play dough, play clay, salt dough. There are many names to this activity, or at least this material. It's extremely easy to do. Everybody, many people at least, have those ingredients at home already. See, it's nearly empty. I'm using it a lot. So this is what in Spanish we call harina de maíz. And well, this is masa, but whatever kind of brand is fine. Harina de maíz means corn meal. And then I love this little package and the drawing on it. This little lady under her umbrella, but funnily enough, it's not water falling from the sky. It's salt. Okay. I've always loved this drawing, and I think it's a metaphor. It's like an image that we make in our mind to tell something, but in a different way. Like when we mix water and salt, actually we reproduce something that exists in the earth and in ourselves. Because if you have ever tried to taste, this is fresh water, but the water of the sea is salty water, right? And if you cry, sometimes when you cry, I hope it's joyful tears, even though sometimes we have painful tears, and it's okay too. As long as you let those tears flow, you will taste the salty taste as well. So we have salty water in ourselves as well, and in the ocean and the sea. So I really love those three elements, and when you mix them together, you can make what would be called again in Spanish masa, which means dough. An interesting thing about languages, you know that the Dreamtime cats and I love languages. Masa, in an indigenous language, not telling you which one for now, also refers to clouds and the formation of clouds. So it's really interesting. Here in this case, masa is dough, okay? And once you mix those ingredients, basically a little less salt than cornmeal, but it's how you feel. You know, I really believe in instinct and intuition, so the most important aspect of this mixture that you're going to make is that it feels like clay, like something you can play with and sculpt later on. So I do many things in that kind of clay, in salt dough. But so far, I wanted to show you something that has a lot to do with our discovery in this chapter. So here is what I made. And that you saw in the story. The babouche. This is the famous babouche that has the colors of the Nasrid dynasty. And it's also this babouche that once was used to beat up Soraya because these women were jealous of her and they were angry, and they said that she was taking something and someone that was not hers. many difficult relationships sometimes, both in the past and in the present. So that's why the cats thought it was important to remind of this violent episode, but also to remind us of the fact that we can also always flip it around and give it a new dimension. And that's why they talked about this beautiful idea and philosophy that babouche is a kind of shoe. And remember the expression you have in English, to walk in one's shoe. Or shoes. Usually we have two shoes, right? So to walk in one's shoes means to try to understand the other person's point of view. Sometimes it's not easy. Sometimes you're gonna really hate the moment and like wish this person would have never said those things, or either to you or to someone else, or behave the way they do, but we're all humans. We all do things that are not extremely well thought. And sometimes we think that other people do things that are not extremely well thought and are really nasty even sometimes. It's true. So I wanted to do this. You will see many possibilities of making beauty with salt dough. But for now, I wanted to do this beautiful shoe. And of course, as usual in this section, I wanted you to create beauty as well. And create beauty through salt dough. So remember, cornmeal, or another kind of flour if you don't have cornmeal, but I like this element, salt and water. You make your object, you create and sculpt your object, and again, two options. Either you let it dry in the sun or in the house, but it's going to need a few days if it's in the house. That's better in the full sun. Or if you're really in a hurry, but remember another saying which comes from a Muslim way of seeing the world, Lizerbu matu. It's a strong saying which means in Arabic, those who are in a hurry are already dead. It's not really dead, but it's again a metaphor, an image, to say that sometimes good things take a lot of time. And it's this metaphor that is used to talk about the reason why it's good to make one's pilgrimage by foot. Like the water takes time to give a cloud which will rain again down on another earth, part of the earth, and all this cycle actually turned the salt water of the sea into fresh water of the cloud, and it will have taken all the bitterness. And sometimes it takes a lot of time. So that's it for today, dear readers. I hope that you like this project idea. I hope you will make beauty with your clay or salt dough, and I would love to see what you have done. See you soon!